You going really?
That's the shit you don't do.
That's nasty.
That's shit you don't do, and this is where I'm glad that the males are talking about it because the females they get on my nerves with that shit. People like bad bitches like that give good bitches like me fucked off names and perspective of things. Okay, because you got them females out there that done went out there and hit about 4 or 5 of their man's friends, and then would come back and be like, "Oh, she wifey of the year." No, bitch, you hoe of the year. What you thinking about? How you gonna say that?
All the bullies.
Okay, and then don't get me wrong. Everybody needs love. Everybody deserves love.
Right.
But you are grown men. Okay, be it as it may, because let's get it straight. From the beginning, the brother was the one that first attempted. But he ain't trying to call. He wanted to do business, but it swayed the other way. You dig?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the competition and jealousy and envy came in from because he thought that should have been his property, but it wasn't then. Because then the brother stepped in, business and love formed in that prosperity. And then that came even more. That's how Cain killed Abel. You dig?
Yes,
Cain killed Abel. You understand?
Yeah.
Jealousy and envy. And it reverts back to women not respecting each other as friends. Prospective family, cousins, sisters, whoever you is. When you do foul shit like that, not only is the karma coming back around at you, but that puts a real defamation of your name.
Of your
Every character.
Exactly. So what do you when you come in a situation like that?
I don't give a fuck about
And,
my I don't give a fuck about
and
my
basically,
reputation.
No, you ought to give a fuck about it.
Basically, as the saying goes, birds of a feather flock together.
Not necessarily.
So, no, listen to me. Birds of a feather flock together. So basically, okay, that whole clique of associates, partners, boys. You know what I'm saying? Boom. They all have similar relationship and traits. You know what I'm saying? So if one was bad for you, what makes you think the other one thinks he gonna be better?
Well, let's put it like this, okay?
Especially if she dumb enough to go with one of the others.
Okay, now check this hot shit out. Okay, so you say birds of a feather flock together. Not necessarily, because I put it like this. The females that I associate myself with, them bitches is hoes and trifling. Got 50 million men underneath their belts.
I was speaking about niggas.
I know y'all talking about niggas, but I'm talking about women of aspect because that's still same rules and gender apply for people that stay the same. Birds of a feather flock together. But I beg to differ completely. You always got one out of the bunch that is completely the lead.
Yeah.
That leads them. And I'm gonna tell you like this. This bird don't flock with none of them motherfuckers.
You got females and you got alpha females.
You got that right, and I'm alpha all day.
Okay. You got males and you got alpha males. You know what I'm saying? But okay, alpha males and alpha females do not click because they bump heads, because they're both trying to lead.
So alpha male and alpha females don't mix, you say?
Right.
Why can't that work?
Huh?
As long as a woman knows her place in a relationship as an alpha woman, she knows when to be an alpha woman. That's really being an alpha woman. And an alpha male.
To know when
to know how to.
But everybody don't have that skill.
And this is where we lack as leaders because we don't teach them that
everybody don't have that skill.
And to recognize, okay, the headship of the male from the beginning.
Because women ultimately are put here to enhance the man, not to run over him, not to step over them, but to enhance. That's right.
But because
y'all are like our makeup.
But because we as men are targeted, okay, taken out and away from the situation through jail, institutions, drugs, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? The alpha female, okay, is not used to headship because she has to become a total head, family wise, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Family wise, everything. And then okay, boom, the alpha male comes back into the situation, released from jail, whatever, boom, or off his trip or whatever, boom, boom. That's
what you call a PYMP. Play your motherfucking position.
She doesn't know how to back down from that headship.
No, then she was not raised right, sweetheart. Because this is where it comes from. And when I'm gonna say it one more time, PYMP. Play your motherfucking position, and you play it the right fucking way. He is the head of the household. The male is the head of the household. Okay. The woman is the assist.
If she saw her mama.
And if this male is into some type of turmoil where he cannot persist as continuing being the head of the household and she has to step in, that's her position, that's her job to do so. But also know when this man returns back That's her position as well, to sit the fuck back and remain from being that head of household. PYMP.
Go back to being who you are.
Exactly. Play your motherfucking position.
But also, prior to that, she's supposed to, pull his coat. You understand? Let him know this is a bad path. This is a bad path. You fucking up.
Okay, so and absolutely, I totally agree because I was getting ready to go there with you. Why? Whose fault is that he went to that person anyway? Because if she was really on her DM, we would have been fighting toothpick, toenail, whatever it is. You're not going there.
Yeah.
Because this is not right for you. This is not the scenario for you. I'm not going to let something that I love, behold, get into that type of position where you're going to leave me stranded. Right. You're going to fuck up what we got going on over here. That's my job as a woman, whether you like it or not, to make sure the queen moves around the whole board of the chessboard, baby. She protects the king. She goes out and makes sure that don't shit happen to him while he delegates to the soldiers to perform their tasks.
Do you play chess?
Absolutely, every day of my life.
Okay.
Because the queen is the only piece that's able to move all the way around the board.
That's my next purchase. You prepare for a challenge on.
Oh, you ain't saying number 2 flea flickers on the count of 3, baby.
All right, we're gonna see.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you, because that's how it goes. The queen is the only piece on the chessboard that moves all the way around the board. She's the only one that can go frontward, backward, side to side, diagonal. That she can make all the moves she wants to, as long as her dude is protected.
She can move a long distance.
As long as her dude one spot.
At a time.
As long as her dude is secure, that's her fucking job to play those positions. And she plays all of them. This is what these bitches is missing. This is what they missing. The right upbringing of that position. PYMP. Play your motherfucking position. And that's on both men and women. We have to learn and distinguish the two positions of our roles. Alpha, omega, omega and alpha. And if it's not that up to par, and you got 2 alphas at the head, baby, one of us got to understand. One is man, one is female. One of us got to bow down and be submissive to the other. And it should not be the man doing it to the woman.
My dad told me a long time ago that a 2-headed anything is a freak show.
And it's damn sure worthwhile watching too.
It's a freak show. And it ain't worth shit. Because 2 people cannot run one camp. Somebody has to be in charge.
Somebody has to follow.
And somebody has to follow, but the person that's following ought to be strong enough to lead if necessary.
When necessary. Have you guys ever read the book, The Armor of God? The Armor of God? This is about the apprentice, the assistant that is, what do you call it, the protege of the priest, okay? And he wears the armor to protect the priest. He goes out and handles the dirty work. And if something happens to that priest, there you go, the armor bearer. That's the name of the book,
yeah,
Armor Bearer.
I've read it.
Yeah, it was a good book, wasn't it?
And I love it because
it explains just what we're talking about.
Like you were saying, play your position when you know your role. If you know your role.
And you have to be willing to take that role.
Because everybody is not a fucking leader.
Some people can't lead.
Everybody's not.
No, it's not. And
I mean the same in football. A lot of these coordinators, they are great at their job. They become head coaches and ain't shit.
No, they are not.
They are out.
Because they are so focused on becoming that leader, they don't play the position of assisting the leader at that time. Exactly. That's your role at that time, to assist that person. Right. And if you can't play that position as you're supposed to play that position, I feel bad for you. I really do. You cannot, because you have to be able to take in criticism, positive criticism, negative criticism. You have to bear all the brunts of the work that you don't want to bear brunt of. More importantly, you have to be able to step up when you don't want to step up, but you have to step up. When you feel like you're not ready to step up, but you got to step up because that's when you're called to step up. And that takes strength. That takes real life strength.
Especially when you
strength, courage.
Yeah, a lot of that.
The ability to take heed and follow directions. Because we don't start off as leaders. None of us do. We all have to learn and follow someone to get to be a leader. And that's what most people forget.
What do you consider to be the characteristics of a good leader?
To be able to fucking listen and follow directions. You have to be able to.
You have to be able to delegate.
No, you have to be able to listen to what your people want in order to lead.
And when you hear them, then you have to know how to delegate because you cannot do everything.
Right.
You have to be able to listen, to understand.
Basically,
to
you have to have equal consideration for your
equal give and take,
and your people.
Equal give and take. Equal give and take.
Or as close to equal consideration for both.
Or equal, you know, we forget that a lot in the world today of equal, how do you say reciprocity? Reciprocity. We forget so much about that, you know, we don't do it. We don't teach it. And that's the problem. We do not teach the right way either. So how can they learn the right way if we're not teaching the right way and we want to criticize how they're learning?
When as teachers,
we have to own our shit. We have to own our shit. We are not doing it right or doing it well. We are so much of letting somebody in the state of letting somebody make it all the time. And when we let them make it, we don't correct what we letting them make it though on. And then the cycle repeats itself over and over again because they're teaching the next step, the next group, the next people, the wrong thing, the wrong fucking way. And it just carries on to where they think, no, this is the right way because this is how they taught me. No, this is where I fucked up at. And you have to be able to own your shit. No, I didn't correct him before I let him make it.
Right.
To teach him the right way to let him make it on.
Right.
You
let him make it and you didn't correct him.
Right.
So therefore he feels that he's not wrong. So he hasn't learned anything.
Right. And we go and then they teach the next person the wrong way.
They teach the next person the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Rather than, you know what I'm saying, like you said, reciprocity, they get into getting over.
Right. And then they think getting over is the right way to be when it's wrong. Because most of the time when you have somebody enter your life that's willing to help and offer and extend things to you, it's because the Father sent them to you. And when you think you're getting over on somebody like that because you're extending something to them that was sent to them because they were prayed for it and their prayers are being answered. And that's the thing. People don't point out that, your prayers are being answered. When you have that position as a God's messenger, prophet, you know, starseed, lightseed, whatever you want to call it, that's your position to let them know, hey, I'm here because this is what you asked the Father for. They're so bashful and shameful of your position. Then why do you have it for then? Why do you have it?
A couple of days ago, I called her because of some shit that's going on in my own head. And her solution was simple. She said, the Father wants you to ask him. You talking to the wrong people about your stuff. And that was so true because everybody don't have the knowledge to help me.
Right.
No.
They don't.
They don't.
They don't.
And this is where we fuck up at a lot because we don't call on our Father first. We'll go to our friend first.
Right.
And sometimes the friend don't have the answer.
And you know what the most liberating thing for me?
And that's because, everybody's into gimme right now, instant gratification.
Yeah, and gimme got shot.
And the Father's answers don't come instantly.
Right.
The most liberating thing for me is I have learned to say I don't know. When people
and that's
ask
okay.
me shit that I don't know, I don't know.
And that's okay.
And I'm not trying to make up a answer for you or give you what you
No, because that would be the last thing you want to do.
Dumb shit.
You don't want to lead somebody the wrong way.
But I'll try to find out.
Right. And I would tell a person that quick. I can't tell you something I don't know.
Right.
And if I don't know the answer to it, I cannot give it to you because that's misleading. And then instead of embracing the fact that there's things in the world that we just don't know yet.
Right.
That's why every day is a learning experience.
Revealed.
Right. Every day is a learning experience to the things that were revealed.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And in order to do so, you have to be able to own your shit. Right or wrong?
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And if you don't own your shit, then how are you going to correct the problem that exists? How are you going to lead if you're not unable to own your mistakes? Right. And trust and believe. I'm not trying to judge nobody because that's the Father's job. And that's one part of his job I do not want to assist with. Because that weighs barriers and barriers and barriers of barriers on you. Okay?
And besides that,
it's heavy.
Remember, judgment.
It's not yours.
Judgment has a consequence.
Yeah. And
it's not least you judge because the way you judge, that's how
and trust and believe it's the Father that has to make that decision, not you.
Right.
You can lead them up to a point so that they don't go the wrong way. and direct them in the path of the light where they're supposed to be. But as far as judging you on the things that you do, no, baby, that's too much work for me. I live a too carefree life to be doing some stuff like that. You dig?
And look, I'm listening. This is me. Unless you got holes in your hands and a hole in your feet, you can't judge me, motherfucker.
Yeah, because Jesus is the one that was nailed to the cross for me.
He is the only judge of me.
Okay.
Shit.
And that's the only way it's gonna be
Yes.
be acknowledged. You know, nowadays everybody's twerking, everybody's rapping, everybody's doing this, everybody's doing that. Nobody is teaching about God and Jesus no more, about how we came about to this place.
Right.
We are lacking that seriously in the world today, because these kids nowadays, they need that shit. Okay? Especially when your mama goes to the club with you, shaking their ass right along next to you. What kind of bullshit is that?
That's from babies having babies.
And not being educated on what's right and wrong. Morals, respect, worth. Nobody does that. Nobody has that connection with God no more, like how we're supposed to have change in our life for that.
But why would you want to party with your child?
Well, you know what? Sometimes you just can't help it. Tom, I'm out
You
here.
might
I
end
won.
up running into the same place. I get
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
that.
Yes. I hit your 2, threw out my 3, tongue with the 8, baby, yeah, there. Part 3. So, yeah, that's how you do that there.
Yeah.
1 + 1 is 2. There ain't nothing in the world gonna change that. But history always repeats itself.
Yes.
Day in, day out. Pandemics, epidemics, codemics, whatever kind of demics you want to call it, happens all over again. It doesn't have to be just with diseases, but it's the way we lead, the way we teach, the way we follow things. We don't apply them the right way to the kids. So how can we ever manifest the things that we need the right way if we let them make it on the wrong shit? How can we do that? How do we fix it? Do you know how we fix that? We bring God back to the table where he's supposed to be at, the head.
In the first place.
Okay? Point blank, period.
Mm-hmm.
And then we follow with the Son. And then we bring the Holy Ghost, because everybody needs a touch of the Spirit. Everybody needs that love.
And one of his operations is to lead and guide us into all truth.
And into the light, where the Father resists that.
What's written on every one of these?
And God we trust.
Exactly.
And that's the only one.
And this is produced by what? The government. Right?
That's right.
The same government that
disallows church or religion in the schools and stuff.
Gay marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
That gives homosexuals more rights than a black man.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
Who in the Constitution is still considered 3/5 of a human being.
Shit.
And I have not to this day, I've been on this earth 57 years, I have not to this day heard anybody ask them to repeal or amend that amendment.
Shit.
I'm still 3/5 of a fucking human being, which means I'm still to this day not a whole fucking man.
Shit. Okay?
So anything I ask for, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be denied. You don't have no rights. You're not a whole human being. You are not a fucking man.
Now let me tell you this.
Now, and when does anybody want to speak up and ask for that to be changed? Does not that document still say that I'm considered 3/5 of a human being? So change that, and then, you know what I'm saying, give me everything I'm entitled to. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to your 40 acres and your fucking mule.
Oh, you know shit.
Because you don't deserve it.
Because
shit. You're not a full man.
Exactly.
According to that document.
You are still an animal. You are still.
Okay, so let me hold on, fellas. Let me ask this then. If you're not a whole man, then what the fuck are you then? If you're not a whole man, according to what a piece of paper says, instead of what the Father said, then what the fuck are you then?
See, that's where I was finna head. There's another document.
Yeah.
That
and
says,
it's called
I am
that BIBLE document.
Right.
Because that's what the Father said.
He says, I am fearfully.
The Bible also says,
fear no man.
The Bible also says, render Caesar's things unto Caesar. Meaning that the powers that be, you obey the law, but you do not participate in the government. I don't vote, but I do have to obey the law.
Absolutely. But that's coming to a change, so don't even worry about it. That's another dollar and another day.
I don't participate in the government, but I respect it.
And the Father is coming to fix that. Trust and believe.
You know what I'm saying?
The Father is going to fix that.
$1 in here.
So look, like he pointed out, in God we trust. And that is the only person, human species, being in the world that should have your trust and your faith. Period.
Your
Love.
complete trust.
Absolutely. That's the only one. And as long as you got that trust and that faith in him that things is going to turn out right and work, you lay your burdens down with him, but day in, day out, day night, and you pray for the things that's right, even for the things that's wrong, for your enemies, for your foes, for the ones you love and the ones you don't.
Now, I do believe that he puts people in our pathway. People in
Absolutely,
our
because that's why
life
you got teachers.
who-
Just like how the prophets and the
who we
disciples
can
was.
learn.
And this is what I'm going back to reverting to, why God is not presented in these homes anymore. Because if it was, then they would know about the disciples. They would know about the prophets. They would know about the messengers. They would know about Mary Magdalene. They would know about Lilith. They would know about the covenants. They would know about these things that matter to people that should be in the public. Because living by these things we call, taking from the Bible, we call morals and self-respect and worth things. Okay?
Mhm.
We call them manners today, morals tomorrow, self-respect tomorrow. What happened to today? What happened to today?
You right.
None of it is being spoken today.
And
Why is that for? Because God is not presented in the homes no more the way he ought to be and the respect that should be given. He only wakes you up every fucking day of your life. Like he only gives you breath to inhale and take so that you can speak the discriminating words against them that he gave.
Right.
And mind you, he gave these words to you, not for you to use against them, but to praise. But yet you still turn your back on the man that gives you the gifts that you gave to
that he
honor him
gave
in the
to
most
you.
powerful way. But yet you still turn your back on him. Who the hell are we?
Some riding creep.
We are rotten children.
Rotten
Yes, we are.
children.
But you know what he said? He is our savior.
Yes.
He forgives us every day. Day in, day out, for sins that are done and sins we know and we don't know about.
Exactly.
Right.
As long as we acknowledge him and ask for forgiveness.
And the sins.
And
that-
if you say just one word for prayer, and that is what? Thank you, Father.
the sins
That's
that
good
we-
enough for him, bro.
We have even not yet
Committed. Yeah.
Jesus died once and for all sin. That's past, present, and future.
And then,
But okay, you have to acknowledge, confess,
You
and
must.
repent of that.
And
sin.
then-
You
Meaning,
must.
you can't ask for forgiveness for something that you're going to do again.
Exactly.
and then,
But we do.
We
and
do,
then,
but
We do.
we're still forgiven.
Yeah.
But
And
you get to
then-
a point to where it becomes so repetitious that you become oblivious
We
to it.
take
and
it
you
for
and
granted.
you forget
Exactly.
you forget to ask for that forgiveness.
Because
We
y'all-
take
because
it
you
for
got to a
granted.
place to where you
Do
don't
you
think
guys
you're
know what the
doing
other
shit
word
wrong.
for forgiveness
You forget
is?
to acknowledge it. Yes.
Remission.
Yes.
When you are in remission, you are in constant forgiveness. So
And
when you
For
repent,
the
you
remission.
ask for forgiveness. When you're in remission, you're in the process of being forgave.
The question was asked, how many times should we forgive somebody?
Every fucking day of your life.
7 times 70 a day.
More than, because he's a
But
God.
think about
He's
this.
not a
Think
God
about
of one chance. He's not a God of two
How
chance.
many-
He's not a God of three
Shit,
chance. He's a God of another chance. And another
yeah.
one. I feel like DJ
Look here.
Khaled. And another
Hey,
one.
check this
And
out.
another one.
I feel
And
like
another
when
one.
you say that, I think about Cat Williams. I'm already on my 5th second chance. Shit.
Okay.
I'm on my 5th second chance.
Because don't forget,
Shit.
1,000 years is one day to the Father.
Yes.
1,000 years is one day for the Father. So how many days do you got left in his? Huh? How many days you got left in his 1,000 years for our one?
Who knows?
Exactly.
Except the Father.
Exactly. So we should
And-
respect him for that, though.
Yeah.
And we need to start practicing what he preaches to us to let us know. That is my job working on this earth, to teach the Father's word in a way that I feel fit enough to get his word across so that bring him closer.
And you have a platform.
Yeah, it is.
You
And it's not
have
for
a
funds
platform.
neither.
No.
It's to get the message across.
It's
And
to
people
get the
wonder why
message out.
it's blacked out, because this is not about me. This is about what he needs for y'all to hear about.
Right.
And we misconstrue that a lot. And I think a lot of people forget about that when they are on these platforms and why they flunk
you
after a
see
while.
Facebook posts.
I don't be on
about-
Facebook.
Okay.
I'm nowhere near
Well,
Facebook.
Anyway, there was a post on Facebook. There was a church house. The congregation was saying, "We fall down, but we get up."
We do.
And as an example, they had, I guess, an acrobat or whatever, walking up a set of steps next to a trampoline.
Uh-huh.
He go up 2 steps,
And
bounce
fall
down
down.
the trampoline, and land back up on the staircase.
Right.
Go up 3 more steps, fall off,
And get back up again.
You know what I'm saying? Make it to the top, fall off, and bounce back up, and wind up in the middle of the staircase, still heading back up. We fall down, but we get up. We just gotta keep going.
No, yeah, we do, but we take it for granted that we're gonna get back up again.
But when you
No.
you have to ask for help.
That's right. You have to acknowledge.
You have to acknowledge our falling.
Our fallen Father.
Are on the ground and ain't acknowledging.
Yeah, a lot of us.
Oh, we done failed like a motherfucker and ain't said, Father, help
just like
me.
this. You know what I'm saying? My philosophy is, okay, God sees everything. So
He is.
He doesn't judge you for what you do.
No.
He judges you by the content of your heart. As long as you have
Absolutely.
that mustard seed of faith.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
But
Believe.
don't take that mustard
And-
seed for granted,
and
though.
And utilize your relationship with Him and communicate.
Exactly.
That's right. Because He judges us on our heart.
Talk to Him. You know what I'm saying? Because He knows what's in your heart. You know what I'm saying?
He gave it to
I
you.
don't know how many times I've been at a red light and looked at the person with the sign and had to go like this because I didn't have no money to give. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not your fault, though.
And when God put it on my heart to give, I'm like, all He gonna do is fuck it up. No, just give
Give
it to him. What happens after that?
That's
ain't
not
on
your
me.
worry or
That's not
concern.
you.
I gave out of the care or concern from the situation.
Love
that
thy
you presented to
neighbor
me.
and thy
As
brother.
thyself.
That's right. And thy brother, you're his keeper, no matter what color they are. No matter what.
But also, I believe that you get credit for, even if you're not able to give, just, you know what I'm saying, acknowledging the fact that you want
Well
to.
taken. Do unto others as you want done unto you.
Exactly.
Okay? And
Good
as you do
point.
unto others as you want done unto you, that should let you know if that's the right thing you're about to do. Because if it don't feel good, then don't do it. And if it do feel good, keep doing it. But at the same motherfucking time, watch where you're going in between the lines.
Always ask before you do anything, especially considering
That's
that.
right. Discernment.
Because
But everything
you-
that feels good.
on
ain't
the
good.
news.
No, it's not.
on the
Absolutely
news- I don't know
not.
if y'all
It is
heard
not
this
good.
about 18
But that's
months
where
ago on the
discernment
news.
comes in at. Because we take for granted that it feels good, that it got to be right when it could be all the way wrong, but it still feels real fucking good at night.
About 18 months ago on the news, this lady was at the light, and there was a beggar. She let her window down to give him some money.
And the
And he
police,
stabbed her
yeah,
in the neck.
while the police is at the next car.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
While the police is
That-
at, and he got in trouble for defending her.
Which was
'Cause
dumb as shit.
he
because
stabbed
he
her.
Stabbed her.
He stabbed her. The police defended her, and I think he was off duty, right?
Yeah.
He was off duty, and he got in trouble for defending her. She did what was right and got severely harmed for
Right.
doing what was right.
Mhm.
But she did what was right from the door. But
Right.
still consequences of
However,
no good deed
did
goes
she
unpunished.
ask Daddy? Did she ask Daddy?
No, she did not.
No,
Father,
because
should I
that's-
participate in
Yes,
giving this
oh,
man
there you go.
this
Yeah.
this blessing
This
what
one.
you gave me to
Yeah.
pass on to him? Because not everybody deserves to be blessed in the world. Don't get it twisted.
No.
Even though we are blessed to be here,
Right.
not everybody deserves to be blessed from the
Exactly.
blessings that
But-
and the
but-
rewards that come from that.
Right.
The idea of her heart,
Was pure.
Well, her heart was
her heart
pure.
wanting to give, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
But
Wa-
we
was
have
it-
to use
was it-
discernment.
was
That coincides with
was
what
it-
you said.
Was interpreted as, you know what I'm saying?
We still have to
Because she
use
was trying to
discernment.
help.
She was trying to help.
She
and
was trying to help.
And okay, that particular beggar, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, makes it hard for any other panhandling because they had the panhandling
Exactly.
law set up then from there.
Exactly.
But at the same time, discernment wasn't used. Even though it seemed like it was right at that time, it was the right thing to do.
But
No
at the
good
wrong
deed
time.
goes unpunished
Right. But at the wrong time.
without discernment.
Yep.
We don't go to the Father enough for the things that we need, that we want, that we need clarity on. We take it upon ourselves of our own understanding just because it was done by someone else at a good nature, that it's okay for us to do. Because what might work for the goose ain't good for the
And
gander.
no.
And the gander might
Yeah,
get away with it, but the
shit.
goose be cooked
Yeah.
tomorrow.
On somebody's damn table.
I'm going to gobble it up. Damn turkey, I'm going to eat the goose. Okay?
Gobble, gobble.
Well, taken and received. But this is what our job is as leaders of the world today, of religion and spirituality coming together, because people misconstrue the two, like one's got to do without the other, when they both
No.
coincide together. And that's where all the titles get all offended at and mix them up and whatever. Because we only got one God that we pray after.
Period.
Point blank, period. You
There's
may call him different
one
names,
true
but it's only
God.
one of him.
Only one.
I don't give a damn what you call him. But everybody's connection and everybody's personal connection with them and ain't none of nobody else's business. Because my father was a Rolling Stone. He ain't staying one church, one home. He got too many people to go help out to be stuck in one building talking about I'm gonna be right here. No.
To be stuck in a box.
Where's your faith that he'll be there for you when you need him? Think about that.
Because you don't trust him.
And people, and that's where the most utmost sin is.
Here's one
when you lack that, you lack things in life.
This is one of my own personal feelings.
Faith nullifies burdens.
A lot of people, Christians and whatever religious faith you are, a lot of people really don't believe God can do what he says he can do. We act like we do, but we don't. A lot of people do not believe that he can do what he says he can do.
Oh,
and there's only one thing God cannot do, and that's fatal.
You and I
will not lie. He can't. It's against his nature.
Oh, darling.
You know what I'm saying? God is responsible for anything.
It's not perfect, but when it comes to you,
oh no, he's not.
Listen, let me tell you, I feel something. I've witnessed 2 miracles in my life with my very own eyes and helped bear them into the world. Both of my daughters was born premature. One at 23 weeks and one at 27. Okay? Both are here today miraculously. Don't tell me what my father's capabilities is. Don't tell me my father don't exist, because I've watched these girls barely make it come into full fruition of what life is. Kicking, screaming, breathing, damn near knock me down, heavy asses from 1 pound, 2 ounces, 2 pounds, 10 ounces. That is what you call a full-blown miracle. My testimony.
That's very interesting, because Sunday during the invitation, a young man came up to pray for his son, his 14-year-old son. His son was born 1 pound.
That's right. My daughter was 1 pound, 2 ounces.
1 pound, and
at 23
he's now
weeks.
14.
And my daughter is 16.
And that boy got a check. He when I say
what? My daughter is like
14,
she is bigger than me. And she's 16. And my 4-year-old is the most intelligent child I know, who is going to hit me up any minute telepathically too and be like diamonds, because I ain't got no more diamonds to give her. She thinks she's supposed to get diamonds every other week. Okay, she don't realize yet how she's talking to me telepathically, but she realizes that she knows she gets to talk to mommy every day without seeing me. And that's the beauty of miracles, because the gifts that the Father gives me and I pass on to my children, and they miraculously still be able to see me and hear me, not in front of them. Those are the miracles that I'm fucking talking about, because they are here today. And a lot of people don't acknowledge that, and you think that they're crazy, you're schizophrenic, you're bipolar, you this, that, and the third. Do you know my son was in the hospital for a heart problem, and people didn't want to understand that I'm telling them he's being awakened to his gift. He was going against it. And do you know what the doctors did? They gathered around me to hear what I had to say about spirituality, because they believe in psychic abilities. Right. We have mediums all day.
Right.
So what they wanted to learn was, when you come into these things, what are the symptoms and the signs, so that we can prepare the kids, because more kids are coming into it as well, so that their parents are gifted as too. And it overwhelms them, exhausts them. And the symptoms, you got being checked out for everything they are. But see, I got a higher doctor than anybody else. And that's the Father. He said, Taisha, listen now. He's coming through his awakening. He's fighting against what is going on. Pray for him now and let them doctors know what's going down. And do you know they didn't ridicule, they didn't make fun of, they didn't patronize me or pessimicize. They listened open ears and eyes, because they realize medicine and spirituality and religion got to come together now, because they've seen it for their own fucking eyes. They have to now. They I'm telling you, them Baylor students over there at Herman Memorial Children's Hospital, may the Father take me now if I'm lying. And my kid's father on the phone with me as well. He was scared that they was going to put me on the psych unit, because I was talking about how he was awakened to his gifts that he was getting of being a psychic and being able to hear messages from the Father and be able to recite them. He thought they were going to put me on the psych ward. No, baby. No, not at all. Because my Father, when you have true trust and faith in the Father, You know where it comes from. My flock will know my voice. And if you're in the right
strangers, they will not follow.
And that's right. Them people wouldn't acknowledge what I was talking of if they thought there was something wrong and didn't feel that spirit like the Father gave them to understand. This is a new time, age, and year.
Excuse me. You and Tanisha have a friend named Taylor.
I don't know who the fuck that is, but it's like this. I don't know who the fuck that is. So, like I'm saying, it was her time to go. Whatever the fuck it was her time to go. I don't question the Father on the job. That's not my job. That's his, bro.
No, she just wanted you to know.
I don't know who the fuck that is. But still, no, it wasn't important enough for the Father to make me remember or feel any kind of remorse that she wasn't here. So, that part. God bless the dad, and she ain't came to see me in spirit yet, so she must have crossed over pretty well that job and things and such. Because I ain't had to do it.
Right.
But back to what I'm saying, the miraculous of miracles in front of your face that happens, and the things that you experience in the world today, for people to put a criticize, for people to what is it called? Hypocrites.
Yeah.
And they want to make fun of the shit that you go through, but really you are in the presence of a real live miracle witness. Do you notice that? And I'm Jehovah's Witness. Do you know why I'm Jehovah's Witness? Because I witnessed what the fuck Jehovah could do. Personally, boo. That part.
I'm all of them.